Oh, Lola, my love. When are you going to let me buy you dinner?
Nick, I don't know why you don't believe me. I'm not your type. Trust me on this one.
Modern women don't like men who commit to them. Not a shocker, yeah? It is exactly what we see all over social media these days. Most women dote over a guy they're seeing, but the minute he becomes attached, she jumps off to another guy. A woman loses interest when a guy she's seeing starts taking the relationship seriously. In her eyes, till then, he was held in a high status. Once he closes off all his options and gives her undivided attention, he loses his value and status in her eyes. Because she doesn't believe she is that good enough to be with him, she compares herself to every other influencer online with most made-up face and edited photos and thinks, he committed to me, he'll commit to anybody, and she leaves him. Deep down, they know they have not done things to make themselves high-value women. They are just in it for the fun till it ends. They bring nothing to the table themselves. Why would men commit to them? Why do they love them?
I don't want you to think of me like that.
They also feel as if they have lost the thrill that they had before once things get serious. Before, it was the uncertainty that kept her on her toes, but now he wants to settle, a ring on a finger, a house on the beachside. Men are less respected because the women think these men don't value themselves enough to take their love seriously, and men are left having their hearts broken.
Guys speak to women with this much respect, and I deplore that. My mother is just told, I grew up, my mother raised me.
If the man's status, income and success are high, a woman knows that these directly correlate with the type of women he can attract, and that makes them anxious. So if she sees that you're committing to her and not anyone else, she probably thinks that you're stuck and not going anywhere further in life.
My wife, baby, I want to thank the jiggiest wife in the world, Jada Pinkett Smith.
But if you're still hustling higher and reaching success, then she'll get insecure about the competition and sabotage her relationship herself. She understands that she doesn't bring a lot to the table, so when you choose her, she wonders why. An online research company, OnePoll.com, did a survey, the Daily Mail reported, where the survey results concluded that almost 50% of women have a fallback partner in mind in case things don't work out with the current partner.
That was a display, that moment of me having the courage to just say no.
This means that women are more likely to have another man or a second option to stand by to replace those in a relationship. Wondering who they could be? Well, the survey stated that in the majority of cases, it is most likely to be an old friend who started catching feelings for the woman, or an ex-boyfriend or an ex-husband. It could even be a colleague or a friend from the gym. This shows that once a man commits, women lose all respect and love they had for their partners. No respect or loyalty. This is unfortunately the hard truth we are all hit with in the modern world. If you take the Ariana Grande situation, for instance, you can see a pattern in how she jumps from one man to another. That too, most of the time, they are engaged, married, or committed to a relationship. But the moment the man presents a ring to Grande or gets too serious, she ups and leaves him for another guy. A good question to ask would be, why does this happen? Why do women tend to leave once a man commits? Well, here's why. Once a guy says the three magic words, I love you, emasculation happens. Figuratively, of course. When a man falls in love, he loses sense of all rational thoughts. In turn, he becomes putty in the woman's hands. Now, when this happens, the man is in a state of where he can easily be manipulated, and she knows that she has control over him, and that turns her off. She wants a domineering man, not a puppy-eyed dude in the palm of her hand. Though she loves the control, she hates the fact that she can control him. It instantly reduces his value and status in her eyes. She becomes even less interested in him and leaves abruptly. When this happens, she will no longer respect him. She won't see him as a worthy respect of herself because of submissive towards her. The worst case scenario is when the man tells the woman he can't live without her. In many cases, that's the last straw for the woman. Women only respect men who can leave the relationship when it becomes inconvenient for them. Women only respect men who can exit. And man, a love is like a caged animal. Even if he wants it, he can't leave. He's too emotionally attached to her, and he's not strong enough to leave in her eyes. A man who can exit shows strength. It shows that when something undesirable happens in his life, that does nothing to serve him. He has the ability and strength to get up and leave. So when a man who is totally in love with a woman can't do just that when the woman is at fault, that shows that he isn't strong enough to leave. That he is too emotionally attached to her that he cannot just up and leave. It's funny because once all is said and done, it's clear as day that most women want what they can't have. Women want men to love them, but when they do, they run away with their tails on fire. Women want men to be domineering, but then call them misogynistic. Another thing is an unchained man. You're able to exit, you're able to leave, and you don't have an attachment to anything. You live in abundance. You don't have an attachment to a woman, a job, or anything else that is material. Instead, you have connected that you are and your purpose and your skill sets, and you know that they can serve you in any situation. This makes a man attractive, being unchained. Most men are chained. They're chained with scarcity, and they're chained with women and other worldly attachments. This is another reason why women despise men. They're chained to them. A chained man is attached to a woman to the point that he says that he cannot live without her. Now this causes a dilemma, as he was previously told.
Another set of lies built on trauma. Sex isn't just about power. It's also about intimacy and vulnerability and trust. Things I wanted nothing to do with, because implicit in modern dating is a complete lack of expectations, especially those of chivalry. Whenever a man wanted to pick up the tab or pull out the chair or open the door or pick me up or take me to dinner or see me during the day or wait longer than the first date to have sex, I was shocked and suspicious of them. Was he a serial killer?
She would not want to run away and from you because you're too clingy or you're suffocating her. But in reality, she just doesn't see you as the man she wants anymore. She sees you as a man who lost her respect, who has no status for himself, who is chained to a woman. It is also well known that women tend to pick bad boys over the good ones because they prioritize short-term physical attraction over long-term emotional support. It's most like that they simply want to hook up without the burden of commitment. They could also have lower self-esteem, so they settle for this. In short, they think that it is all they deserve, a short-term sexual interaction with a bad boy.
Has anyone ever told you that you have stalker-like tendencies? Maybe the game where we hate each other?
Do you really hate me? Does the girl with the serial killer eyes?
Yeah, only when I imagine strangling you.
So if you're a nice guy, you're in for a treat. She's not going to pick you, champ. They call you a simp if you dote on your girlfriend or if you treat her right. When a nice guy treats a woman well, when you gift her, take her out, treat her right, she wonders if this is what she really deserves. Modern women would start backing out, calling him a creep, and she ends things with him. Whereas on the flip side, if she sleeps around with the bad boys, she has the validation that she needs. She has also fulfilled that tiny part of herself that needs to get over the sexual frustration. She runs from every man who shows her even the slightest of love because of maybe her past experiences, or maybe she just does that because she can. However, all hope is not lost, fellow men. There are also still women out there who appreciate chivalry, love and care. It's okay if she isn't always 50-50. It's okay if she isn't always in a good mood, but she understands you and appreciates you. She helps you grow and be better. She treats you just as well as you treat her. You have hit the jackpot for sure. She will be someone that you can hold on to the rest of your life. There's still plenty of fish in the sea. Women are not all like that, and neither are they as harsh as the others. When you find the right one, you'll know. So that's it for today video. I hope you liked this one. Comment down below with your thoughts and suggestions if you agree or disagree. Be sure to subscribe and click on the bell icon to ensure you're notified whenever I post a new one. And with that, I will see you in the next one.